Thank you for watching this Last Mile Profits video.
It seems that Yodel has secured financing for the next stage of its development. And what is interesting is apparently most of that money has been sourced by the CEO directly. To find out what the implications are of this, take a look at the latest Last Mile Profits video. Experience the future of convenience with modern Expo parcel lockers. Cutting-edge innovations that bring parcel delivery to a fundamentally new level. Gary, the UK seems to be pretty popular in last mile profits recently. There's a lot of things happening.
Yeah, we talked about the little bit of inward investment in Yodel in a recording 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they're back in the news again this week.
So what's the news? My understanding is they've secured, what was it, about 80 million they needed?
£85 million of funding. And what's interesting is the CEO's in effect taking complete control of the business and raises finance himself. So now we have the stakeholder running the company, which can only be a positive thing.
But I read somewhere, Gary, that your old company, Collect Plus, chipped in about 10 mil.
Yeah, well, PayPoint PLC, which is the owner and operator of Collect Plus, announced that they had made an initial £10 million of sort of strategic investment. We discussed around that before because I don't know what the figure is now, but I'm imagining they're still fairly dependent on Yodel volumes to keep the Collect Plus network thriving. When I was there, they were just moving away from being a single carrier network servicing just Yodel parcels under the Collect Plus brand to becoming an open network, and now have done a fantastic job under Nick Williams and secured relationships with all the sort of major carriers, really, or most of them. So that they're less dependent on Yodel than they were, but it's probably still the lion's share of the volume that they carry.
So Gary, let's think how this could play out. So okay, they needed some short-term financing to keep the thing moving, as it were. Pun actually not intended here. Where do you see it playing out? Because for me, PayPoint's interest could be the middle mile, which is really important for them to keep their operation going. But is that enough to make Yodel viable? Where do you see it ending up?
I think it's going to be challenging. I mean, we talked before that Yodel does tend to carry a lot of the stuff that the other carriers don't really want. They're big into flowers. They've got the XL. In fact, what was really interesting, at the same announcement, they announced a new product. They're doubling down in the kind of oversized parcel market and launched Yodel XXL, which is, I don't know, which was a huge 2.45 meter parcel delivery. So they are really getting into which was used to be unaffectionately called ugly freight, but the sort of undeliverables or untransportables, I think, as Amazon call them. So it's high revenue business, but I think it's fairly notoriously difficult to make profitable.
Well, when we do audits of businesses as part of due diligence, I think we have a rule which says anything more than 10% big, heavy, ugly is going to significantly influence the operational performance and cost, unless it's really run in a parallel network that, I think, was it Arrow XL, I think, in the UK was, who were they part of?
Originally, they were part of the same group. They were part of the Very group as well under the Barclay brothers, but I think they're spun out now. I haven't checked on them for a while.
So exactly. So it seems like they've learned that they have to split it up, and then they're doing it again. But is it within the same operation?
I believe it is in the same operation. Yeah, I haven't seen the exact details. It was literally the announcement. It just seemed like a curious move. I mean, if you can compare that to other carriers that do pretty much the exact opposite, they either strategize or quite often price themselves out of taking anything that won't go through their mech. If they can't get it through the hub, if they can't whiz it down the belt at 2.5 meters a second, then they don't want it. And this seems to be a move in the opposite direction. Maybe it's the demise of other bulky carriers that have created this market opportunity for them. I'm not sure.
But I'm with you on this one, Gary. Unless they really have something absolutely unique up their sleeve, I've never seen this work easily within one ops infrastructure, because either you'll end up affecting the performance of the mass of smaller standardized parcels, or you'll do that and have cost issues. I'm a little bit concerned, but look, let's see. Maybe there's a secret source that we're not aware of. Is there anything else that because you're much closer to what's happening in the UK, is there anything else that's being sort of rumoured about, what's happening, or is it business as usual with the exception of that?
Well, with the exception of Yodel, the potential new owner of Royal Mail, the auction off of Every with the 2.7 billion price tag. Yeah, it's very quiet in the UK, really. I mean, I think we said before it's something like 50% of all the parcels in the UK. The people that are carrying them, the ownership has just changed hands in the last, it's been announced in the last month. So it's a very, very active market.
Well, look, let's keep our eyes peeled because I think there is more to come. The Royal Mail scenario, we'll probably be talking about that sometime soon because hopefully there'll be some information in terms of, what the decision is of the regulators. Every as well, I don't know, Gary, if you've seen anything. I haven't seen anything particular new.
I think we're in that quiet period between announcing the deal and actually handing over the money. So I think when the Apollo get their hands on the reins, if there is going to be any change, we'll start to see it then.
Well, look, in that case, Gary, let's see how things develop. For now, it seems that Yodel is the one where things have been happening. Let's hope it's the right things, and we can come back to that if necessary.
Yeah, definitely wish them well and hope that it all works out.
Wonderful. Gary, looking forward to further news on the UK. Thanks for watching this Last Mile Profits video. For more up-to-date last mile news and analysis, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on LinkedIn.